we get too much crosstalk. Okay, so somebody definitely needs to mute because I can hear like yelling in the background. All right, so today we are going to talk a little bit about predicting weather. I told you yesterday about how even in the old days they used to have these sayings to try and help you predict what kind of weather was going to have the next day. So like sailors would say, red sky in the morning, sailors take warning, red sky at night, sailors delight, because if the sunrise was reflecting off of more water, it would look red. And normally it's more like a grayish blue and then it turns golden. And that extra red warned people that there was going to be some bad weather. But now we've gotten a little bit more advanced than that. We now have meteorologists, hint hint nudge nudge wink wink. The scientist who studies weather is a meteorologist, and they can use all kinds of tools like maps and charts and computers and Doppler radar, and the National Weather Service compiles information for them to help them figure out what the weather is going to be like. So I did ask you guys to try and watch the weather. I know it's kind of hard because the news has been all focused on COVID, but if you, they are fitting the weather in there. I watched the weather lady yesterday and she was showing you on the Doppler radar how the temperatures has fallen. Has anybody noticed how cold it's been starting last night to today? If you've noticed, it's about 10 degrees colder than it usually would be right now. And if you looked on the Doppler radar, you can see that over the mountains it was like white and pink. They're actually getting snow right now because it's colder than it was before. So that's kind of where they're collecting all of this information from. Whoops, sorry, I went too fast. So then a weather map, and that's what we're working on, that you guys are going to start drawing for me, that's what's due tomorrow, is a snapshot of a specific conditions at a specific point in time. It gets assembled from a lot of, somebody, I can still hear your TV, please mute, is assembled from multiple from multiple stations across the map, and they take all that information and they put it onto one weather map. You will have curved lines that look just like the contour lines we did at the beginning of the year, only these ones are based for temperature or for pressure in the atmosphere. So where our contour lines were showing you land, the lines on a weather map, those curved, what looks like a contour line, is actually showing you areas of air that's the same pressure. So those are called isobars because they're connecting areas of the same pressure and inches of mercury. Then we also have curved lines that usually have areas below them that are colored in. Those colored areas are called isotherms, and they're connecting areas that have the same temperature. And usually somewhere in them they will list like Fahrenheit/Celsius, although our book is so old it only had the Fahrenheit in it. And then they will show you the fronts. So we had those different front lines that you could see where we had like, if I showed you this one. Ryan, what's that one? Unmute Ryan and tell me what you think that one is. Okay, Ryan's not talking to me. Sophia, can you unmute and tell me what you think that red one is?
It's a warm.
It is a warm front. Very good. Rian, what's this blue one? Unmute and tell me what the blue one is.
It's a cold front.
Very good.
Wait, were you guys talking about some?
Yeah, Ryan, we were talking to you a minute ago. Okay, so now, hang on a second. I already forgot who else was on. I think Viv is. This is supposed to be a circle. Let's go back to Ryan because I heard him talk. Ryan, what's this one? Ryan, are you still there?
Oh yeah.
So what's this one?
Did you ask me anything?
Yeah, I want to know what is the name of this front right here.
Oh, that's a cold front.
Nope. This one's a cold front.
I know.
No. Try again. Yes, it's a stationary front. You can tell because it's like a football team. The red's pushing this way and the blue's pushing this way and nobody's winning. So now, my last one what's this one? Except for the weird line that went through there. Sorry, I don't know why that happened. Who can tell me what this one is? Somebody shout it out. If this one is a warm front, this one's the cold front, this one was a stationary front, what do I have left?
Occluded front.
Very good. So on your weather map, you're going to see these kinds of markings that are going to tell you what kind of front is coming through. And then you're also going to see cyclones and anticyclones. So I would show an anticyclone by doing this on the map, right? And then I would show a cyclone by doing this on the map. And I would know that where I see areas like this, I'm going to have rain coming in. And when I see areas like this, I'm going to have nice, dry, warm weather. So I would also call out precipitation. So if you're looking on a weather map and you see something that looks like this, what do you suppose is happening right there? Somebody shout it out. Anybody? Doesn't look like raindrops? You guys have to unmute when you're answering me. And then I might have an area that has something that looks like this. That's not a raindrop. Sorry, I'm drawing it funny. What might this be if it's not rain? Sophia, what do you think this would be if it's not rain?
I'm not sure.
Look at the top right of the screen.
I know.
What?
It would be like a circle.
It's a snowflake. So if I see this in an area of the map, I know it's raining there. If I see something like this in an area of the map, I can guess that it's snowing there. Does that make sense to you guys? So now because of the butterfly effect, we can't predict weather for too much in the future. We can really only go about a week in the future with any kind of ability to be correct, because there's so many different things that affect the weather that you can't tell too far in advance. Okay, here's what a weather station looks like. And on your map, you need to have 4 of these. And you can just make them up. It doesn't really matter. So you're going to draw the circle, and then you're going to fill it in. And I told you, you only really need to know 0, 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%. You can ignore all the rest of them. So you're going to pick one of these bad boys for each of your 4. And please change it up. Don't make them all the same. And then you need to put the temperature. And legit, you should have put the temperature in Fahrenheit / Celsius. Does that make sense to you guys? And then this is your millibars of pressure. So on this side, you're going to have whatever the temperature is. On this side, you're going to have millibars of pressure. You're going to fill this in to say how much cloud cover there is. And then you're going to pick a direction. You could pick it coming from this. So I'd have a northwestern wind to say that you have a wind. Does everybody understand what's required? I do not expect you to memorize all this. The more flags it has, the windier it is. Enough said.